A few months ago, I got a message from a woman, we'll call her Cammie. Her dad passed away, and he left behind a piece of land to her and her sister. And neither of them had any use for it, so the taxes piled up, but they needed the cash, and they didn't have the money sitting around to pay for attorneys. So they didn't even know where to start with something called probate. She found me, I reached out, and I want to walk you through exactly what happened, because if you're sitting on inherited land right now and feeling overwhelmed by the process, this is probably going to feel pretty familiar. So I want you to see that there is a straightforward path through it. My name's Brian Payne. I'm the founder of LandMadeEasy. It's a mini mansions company. We buy and sell vacant land, and we've built this around this simple principle that if it's not a win for everyone involved, I don't do the deal. So let me show you what that looks like in real life. We work with land sellers and buyers across the entire country, so no matter what state the property is in, we can help. It doesn't matter if it's a rural parcel in the Midwest or a lot on the outskirts of a major city. If it's land, we're going to be interested, okay? So when Cammie reached out, she had a few things working against her. The land had been in the family for a while, but her dad passed, which means the property had to go through a legal process called probate before it could be sold to anyone. A lot of people don't know that, and it's in that kind of detail that can stop a deal before it even starts. Her and her sister also hadn't been able to keep up with the property taxes, so there was a tax balance sitting on the land on top of everything else. So here's the part that I think that matters most. They didn't have the money up front to pay an attorney to handle the probate paperwork, which for a lot of families, this situation means the whole thing just stalls. So they hold on to the property for another year, the taxes keep building up, and the stress doesn't go away. Here's what we did. First, we made them a cash offer based on what the land was actually worth in today's market, an honest number, and I explained how I got there. Second, and this is the part I'm pretty proud of, I connected them with a probate attorney who could process the paperwork and get title clean so that the sale could actually close. Third, we coordinated that attorney directly with the title company so that her and her sister didn't have to manage any of that back and forth themselves. Remember, land made easy, right? The fourth, the attorney fees were even paid out of escrow at closing, meaning Cammie and her sister had zero out-of-pocket expenses through this entire process. They walked away with cash in hand, no attorney bills, no tax headaches, no paperwork stress, and they did it in honor of their dad's property with a process that felt clean and respectful the whole way through. That's what she had to say about it. Check this out. I'll throw up her screenshots here. You can read it. She was a joy to work with. And again, every situation is going to be a little different. Maybe yours is simpler than Cammie's, but maybe has different wrinkles that we haven't mentioned yet. Let me walk you through the landscape of what your options actually are when you inherit land. Yes, I like land puns. So you can make the best decision for your family, whatever that ends up being. When you inherit land, you've got 4 paths in front of you. Option 1, hold on to it, right? Keep it. Maybe there's sentimental value. Maybe you think it'll be worth more down the road. That's completely valid. Just know what comes with it, right? Like, you need to be prepared. So there are annual property taxes, and depending on the state, potential liability. If something happens on the land, and if taxes go unpaid long enough, the county will eventually move to take it back through a tax sale. So holding it's a real option. Just go into it with eyes open. Okay. Option 2, list it with a real estate agent. This works. But land is a specialty, and most agents aren't really experienced with vacant land. They know houses. But land sits longer and the buyer pool is smaller, and a lot of agents just aren't comfortable pricing it and marketing it well. So if you go this route, find someone who specifically knows land, understands the timelines, and makes you aware that it can be much longer than houses, right? Because land can sit 6 months to sometimes well over a year, depending on the location and the market. Option 3, sell it yourself. You can list it on Zillow, LandWatch, Facebook, Marketplace, Craigslist, LandModo. There's so many people that do have success with this, especially if the property is in a desirable area. The challenge is just managing the inquiries yourself and figuring out the pricing on your own and navigating the closing process without guidance. So if you've got the time and patience for that, definitely worth exploring, okay? Option 4, sell it to a land investor. This is what I do. And I want to be honest with you about that because there's a lot of misunderstanding and honestly, a lot of bad actors in this space. So it's fair that you might be a little hesitant about using this option. When most people hear we buy land for cash, they picture someone trying to lowball them and disappear with a quick deal. And some operators in this space actually deserve that reputation. But here's what I actually do. I make an offer based on what the land is realistically worth in today's market. Not retail value, because I'm not a retail buyer. I'm an investor. So I need the room to make the deal work on my end. And I'll be upfront about that number and explain exactly how we got there. So what you get in return is simplicity. No waiting, no showings, no wondering if a buyer is going to back out at the last minute. If we agree on a number, we move forward, clean and straightforward. That's why we call ourselves LandMadeEasy. Now, I'll be straight with you about something else. There are investors out there who will make you a fast offer and hope you don't ask any questions. That's not how I operate. When I make you an offer, I'll tell you exactly how I came up with it. You can take it, counter it, walk away, and I won't chase you. But my reputation in this business matters more to me than any single deal. That's just how I was raised to do things. Here's something I want you to really hear because it matters. Every transaction closes through a title company. That means a licensed third-party professional is handling the closing. They verify that the title is clean, they handle all the paperwork, they make sure the deed transfers correctly, and that both parties are protected through the process. This is your number one way to protect yourself from scams. You are not handing your property over to a stranger on the internet and hoping for the best. This is a real, recorded, legal transaction the same way any real estate closing works. You saw that with Cami. The title company was involved from the beginning. The attorney communicated directly with the team, and everything was handled properly, on record, and protected. Will my offer be the highest number you could possibly get for your land? Probably not. But if you're willing to wait 12 to 18 months and navigate that process yourself with an agent, you might net more. I want to be honest with you. But if you want a fair offer, a simple process, and to be done with it, that's what I'm here for. Cami left us a 5-star review, but honestly, that's not why I told you her story. I told you because I want you to see that this process, when it's done right, can actually feel good, even in a hard season of life. Even when there's grief involved and money is tight and the paperwork feels overwhelming. It can still be simple. It can still be fair, and it can still honor the person who left you that land. I'll tell you something I say to every single person I work with. My goal is to make this a win-win situation for everyone involved, or I don't do the deal. If the numbers don't work for you, I'm not going to pressure you. And if the numbers don't work for me, I'll be honest. I would rather shake your hand, wish you well, and send you in the right direction than push you into something that doesn't feel right. And that's not a tactic. That's just how business should be done. Human to human with honesty. If you're in a situation like Cami's or even a simpler version of it, reach out. No commitment, no pressure. Conversation is free. Just tell me about the property and I'll give you an honest look at your options. I put my contact info right below this video, so you can head to LandMadeEasy.com. Tell me where the property is, wherever it is in the country, the rough size, what you know about it, and I'll collect the rest of the details and get back with you with honest feedback. We have our specialists that'll talk to you about all of the details involved. Even if we don't end up working together, though, I want you to walk away from this conversation knowing more than you did going in. That's the whole point. I'm Brian Payne with LandMadeEasy, and thanks for watching. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs it, because there are a lot of people in this situation right now. So, and remember, whatever you're doing today, just have a little bit more fun doing it, okay? Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.